All right, I am back with part 2 for really building a clear vision and setting those goals for 2022. So in the first video, we covered actually, setting the intention, writing it down on paper for what your goal is, but then building momentum by finding out what your why is. And if you didn't get to watch that video, feel free to go back, watch that one first, and then come back to this one. Today on this video, we are going to be talking about planning. So once we have our why, once we have our goal written down, we have our why, we know why we're going to head out and do this and accomplish this goal. The next step is truly planning out the actions that we're going to take. And this is really going to give you like the roadmap to get to where you want to go. Because I think most times people want to do something, but that's it. They're just like, I want this thing, but they take no time to actually plan out how they're going to get there. And when we don't take time to plan out how we're going to get to where we're going to go, we run into barriers, right? We run into things that might throw us off track. Or, one day we don't have a lot of time to do, let's say, meal prepping if we have a health goal, and that throws everything to shit. So we can't just wing it for our goals. We have to get serious and take the time to do some planning. So when we're planning, it's really, again, reconnecting to your goal, reconnect to the why you want to reach your goal, and then think about, well, what can I do? What are the beginning steps that I can take to get me on this path? So in my last video, I mentioned an example of someone wanting to look better in their swimsuit. So that would be their 2022 goal. And their true reason why they wanted to get to this goal, was building confidence. But behind the confidence, they actually wanted to feel peace within their body. So not being in the mode of comparing themselves to other people at the beach, but really truly feeling this peace and this confidence. And that just means that they're okay with themselves. They feel really good in their body, what they look like. There's nothing else going on where they're disturbed by other people and how they look. They're like 100% whole and complete in themselves. So when we think about that, what might this person's beginning steps be? Where can they start planning? And I would highly recommend is write down your barriers. What do you think is going to get in your way? And get those clear. It's like doing a brain dump. What might throw you off track? And then do your planning based around that. You can have like this solid everyday game plan, but also have a secondary plan if a barrier were to get in your way. So what might that look like? Let's say someone that wants to improve their health to look better in their swimsuit. They're gonna wanna think about meal planning. So when we plan this out, I would say to establish what day you're going to meal plan a week, or what day during the week you will meal plan. Is it something that you want to do every day? Do you want to do it one day a week, or maybe you're going to do it bi-weekly? So think about that. And then for this planning process and meal prepping, what are the things that you need to do? Well, you're going to need to run to the grocery store. And before you even run to the grocery store, you probably want to have a list before you hit that up. So you're prepared at the grocery store. And blocking out the time, making the time in your calendar to actually follow through with this and make sure that nothing else can get in your way. And if you don't have containers, maybe you need to go out and buy containers for this meal prepping. If you are getting this food ready for work, maybe you need to pack a cooler. Maybe you need to have something to keep your food hot or cold. There are just a lot of things that you want to think about outside the box that you may not think about, but making sure you have enough food that you're buying to keep you sustained for the week or the next 2 weeks, depending on how much meal planning you're doing. And really be clear, when you're going to do it, what day maybe what time or roughly how much time it's going to take you to do this planning and prepping and getting it all set in stone. And when you are taking this extra time to really be, intentional with making sure that you don't fall off track, this is what sets you up for success. So for your goal, think about, what planning might I need to do? And again, look at those barriers. If there's barriers that might arise where you're like, well, I might, be too busy hanging out with a friend. Well, how can you still honor yourself? So if, let's say, you might need to set clear boundaries and say, I'm sorry, friend, from 12 to 2 p.m. on Sunday, this is my time that I'm committing to myself to meal prep. I will be more than happy to meet up with you after that. Just think about the little things that you need to kind of set into place. Notice any times maybe you've set forth on achieving this goal in your past. What things came up for you? Like, what threw you off track? What things went well that you might want to carry on, at this round again of going towards this particular goal, and really get familiar with those things. So that's where I will leave you with this today. And tomorrow we will just touch base on possible habits or behaviors that you might need to shift. So we'll keep it at that. Again, feel free to go back, watch yesterday's video on the beginning steps of just really setting this vision and these goals for 2022. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my page. If you are looking for support in just working with a coach to help you achieve your goals for 2022, you can click on the link in my intro section and set up a free discovery call, and we can go ahead and discuss your goals for 2022. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and thank you so much for joining me.